If you recall in one of my garage update videos, I made these little short 5-foot walls that come out right here and over there. Give me more room, some wall space, room for toolbox and cabinets and shelves and miscellaneous stuff. Where I'm at now, I decided to go ahead and extend this wall here all the way to the doors over there. I'm going to close this section off. This is going to be more of my shop over here. And that's going to do a couple things. One thing, it's going to keep the dust off these vehicles my wife has been complaining about. And the other thing, it's going to make this area over here a little bit easier to heat up, because it's kind of hard to come out here and stay out here when it's in the teens or below the teens. Anyway, what I've got here, and I'm not totally certain why I did this, but I got about 2 5/8 the thickness of the 2 studs in these walls. Now I don't recall, maybe I just had 2x6s, a bunch of 2x6s left over, and I ripped them in half. Or maybe I wanted a thinner wall for some reason. Or maybe I just wanted to save money. You can save a little money by buying 2x6 and ripping it rather than buying 2 2x4s. Anyhow, I'm going to match that. I'm going to go buy some 2x6s and rip them for my studs in this wall that's going to go here. So I'm headed to the big box store. I'll be back shortly. Okay, my wall's going right in the middle of these 2 bays here. So one of my first tasks is to take this bracing out for the garage door and get rid of this in the middle, move it that way and that way. Okay, there's my screw that I just screwed up to give me a location of where I need to put this brace, so I can screw a lag up into it to finish securing my angle iron. It should be 22 and a half, and it is 22 and a half inches. So I'll put a brace in here, and I'll put a few more so I have something to screw my top plate to along this cavity here. Put about 4 more. When I was building this garage, I didn't take the time to show in detail how I built these walls. I thought I'd go over it here real quick in case anybody's interested, and if not, you can just skip over it. I got my top plate, my bottom plate laid out here. Fixed to lay out the studs. What you want is you want your sheet good, being sheetrock, or in my case I'm going to use this OSB. You want it to hit on 4 foot, 8 foot, 12 foot, and so on. So if I stretch out here and got 4 foot, I want my stud to hit center there at 4 foot. So I'll measure back 3/4 of an inch and put a mark. So that's 47 1/4. Draw my line, put an X on this side of the line. It's one stud at 4 foot. I'm gonna do the same for every stud. Okay, I got all my stud locations laid out. 16 inches on center. And if this this wall here had any windows or doors in it, I would have laid them out first, and then my stud locations. The way I got it now, I'm going to start put this top plate aside and start screwing this bottom plate to the floor. Okay, that's complete. Got it screwed down. Could have been done a few different ways. Had these hard cut masonry nails I could have used, but there's a chance that you can split the concrete with that. And I didn't want to do that. Didn't want to mess up my epoxy floor. And this epoxy floor has been wonderful. I mean, it's easy to clean up. It resists almost anything put down. Oil, gas. I had a few hairline cracks in it that developed before I put this floor down. And they haven't, so far they haven't come back. There's no cracks in it anywhere. So next thing, let's put the top plate up on the ceiling. Do that next. Okay, got my wall up. I stick built this wall, meaning that I measured each stud individually, cut it, and nailed it in, rather than building it on the floor and standing it up. And that's because, well, one reason is because it'd be hard to get in there. Other reason is this floor isn't perfectly flat, and probably the ceiling isn't either. It might have some little bit of truss uplift. Anyway, that worked out. Got me a little door here. I'm kind of debating on whether I made that big enough. I made it for a 2-foot door. I figured just big enough for me to walk through is good enough. Anything big I can carry through that door there. And got that framed in. Header wasn't necessary, this not being a load bearing wall. And I'm gonna start doing some wiring next, or I may put OSB on this side and then start wiring.